Welcome back. So happy Monday. Is your child struggling with reading? Do they resist books that seem too hard or frustrating every single time you sit down to read? Well, many very well-meaning parents and even teachers unknowingly make reading harder for kids. Now, I know that's not the intention. I know that's not where we're coming from, but sometimes some of the things that we do actually make it harder for kids. But the good news is small changes can make a big difference. In today's video, I'm going to break down 3 common mistakes that turn kids away from reading. And I'm going to share simple research-backed fixes to help your child feel confident, capable, and even excited about books. Hope you stick around. All right, so let's talk about what you're going to learn today. So what you're going to learn is the biggest reading mistake that kids make that makes them feel frustrated. You're going to hear easy shifts to help your child enjoy reading, and I'm going to share a simple 5-minute reading fix that you can use starting today. All right, let's talk about it. Mistake number 1. So mistake number 1 is focusing on just right books all of the time. All right, many parents have been told that your child should be reading just right books. Even teachers are like, just right books, just right books. That's what we've heard for so long, whether that's decodable readers now, or it's leveled books, or whatever the case is, it's just right books all the time. The thing is that when kids feel like that's all they're ever able to read and they're only having access to books that challenge them slightly, reading feels like a constant test instead of an enjoyable experience. Struggling readers feel defeated right from the get-go when they never experience easy wins. Sometimes we need those easy wins to keep boosting us to continue moving forward. And as we are we're also eliminating purposeful reading when we're just focused on the just right book. That purpose might be to help them become a better reader, but kids don't see it that way. They feel like, I can't read what I want to read. I can't read what I'm excited about reading. I can't read something that helps me learn something else that I want to learn about. And it feels like reading is a task or a chore instead of something that we love deeply. There are many reasons for all kinds of books, and limiting books or limiting children often ruins the love for reading. So how do we fix this? First of all, we let kids read what they love. If your child is excited about a book, even if it's too easy, or a graphic novel, it's a win. We want them to be excited about books because I've said this so many other times, but kids will not continue to do what they don't love to do. They're going to try to avoid it at all costs. When kids love it, they keep doing it forever. All right, so if they are really into dinosaurs and all they want to read about is dinosaurs, get them dinosaur books. It doesn't have to be a dinosaur chapter book. It can be a dinosaur picture book. They can read by looking at the pictures as well. And yes, that is a part of reading. All right, so the key is balance. We're going to balance challenge and excitement or enjoyment. So we want to think of it as like a 60-40 rule, which is totally different than what we've heard in the past. But 60% of the time, they should be reading books they love. I know, not just books that are just right, but books that they love. We want that to be a little bit more so that they're enjoying it. They're connecting good, positive, happy thoughts to reading. 40% of it can be stretching their skills. That's the reading work that we're going to do. If you feel more comfortable doing more of a 50-50, that's your choice. But we want them to love it so that they will keep doing it. We also want to add things like graphic novels into the picture, or audiobooks can be a really powerful way to get kids listening to books. It can be part of their routine. And here's a pro tip. Listening to audiobooks while they're following along really helps kids process words and also helps them become more fluent. Mistake number 2, using reading as a punishment or a must-do task. Let's talk about why this is a problem. Have you ever said no screens until you finish your reading? Or if you are going to act like this, we're just going to get our books and we're going to start reading. This makes reading feel like a punishment or a chore instead of a joyful task or a joyful experience. When kids feel like it's an obligation, kids resist. They resist it. They don't want to do it. How do we fix this? We make reading feel like a reward. We make reading feel like the special experience that it is. Instead of saying things like, you have to read, we're going to say, we get to read today, or let's cozy up with a reading and take a reading break. Instead of, or you can also offer choices, which helps kids feel like they have more control and power over a situation. It's kind of a forced choice because they're still picking reading. For example, you might say, do you want to read outside today, or do you want to read inside our reading fort? Or do you want to read with me, or do you want to read by yourself? Do you want to read at your desk, or do you want to read underneath your desk? Things like that. Pair reading with comfort and fun. Reading picnics are really powerful. Take kids outside with a snack. I used to do this in the media center. I would take my kids outside and we would read on the play structure. It was so fun. Flashlight reading, another thing that can be done at home or in a classroom. Read in a fort under the covers. Act it out. Use different voices and movements to bring stories to life. Such a fun way to make reading exciting. Let kids read in ways that work for them. If they need to move, let them move. Let them bounce on a ball, let them walk and read, let them listen to an audiobook and listen, have conversations about it, let them jump around, let them draw while they're listening. That can be really special as well. Mistake number 3, focusing on speed instead of understanding. Just because graphing fluency in a classroom is what is easiest, it's not what's best. And when parents are then told, hey, it's all about speed, words per minute. First of all, fluency isn't just speed. Fluency is intonation as well. It's sounding like you speak. And so we want to focus on that, but we don't want to make that be the number one thing, because comprehension is the number one thing. If fluency is not getting in the way of comprehension, it's not as big of a deal as if it is getting in the way of comprehension. Many schools focus on fluency or the speed of it instead of reading comprehension. When kids feel pressured to race through words, they focus on getting to the end instead of understanding the story. So here's how we fix it. We encourage expression through reading. We say, instead of reading faster, let's read like you're telling a story. Or, how would the wolf sound in this scene? What about the pig? So we want them to start to understand how the characters might be acting or responding or feeling, and that's making meaning, and that's helping them read fluently. Another thing we can do is pause and discuss. That's, of course, going to make us slow down, but it's going to help us remember what we've read. So we want to make this a connection rather than a battle. Help kids connect with the story by asking things like, what do you think will happen next? What would you do if you were the character? What would you do that's the same? What would you do that's different? How would you change the ending of the story? We can also use echo reading for confidence. For example, you read a sentence with expression and then your child repeats it. A neurological I was trying to do this on my podcast, One Tired Teacher, and it's neurological. It's a strategy where you're reading the words and your child is reading the words with you. And it also works well for fluency. So you're starting to read a little bit faster. You're hoping that they keep up. If they start getting to slower, you're slowing down a little bit, keeping back up and moving along. It works very well. All right. Another thing, let's see. We want to give them permission to reread. Yes. That's going to slow a child down, but it's also going to help them remember what they've read, which, remember, is the main goal. Let's kids read and reread their favorite books or passages. This builds fluency naturally. Also, reading easier books will help kids practice fluency as well. All right, so have you heard anything you like? Then give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you are enjoying this and you want me to keep going. Share this video with someone that it might help. You have a friend whose child is struggling, share this with them. All right, let me tell you about the 5-minute reading fix for parents. You want a simple, stress-free way to build your child's reading confidence? Then grab my 5-minute quick fix below. It's right below this video and you can grab it in the notes. It's quick, actionable strategies to help your child enjoy reading without frustration. It's perfect for busy parents who want solutions fast. So download it right below. All right, my final thoughts. Reading isn't about speed and perfection or pressure. It's about curiosity, imagination, and joy. Try these strategies today and see the difference in your child's reading experience. Drop a comment below with your biggest reading struggle or your biggest win. I'd love to hear from you. Want more quick and easy reading strategies? Sign up for my newsletter and get access to exclusive tips and book recommendations and fun reading challenges. It's TrinaDebery.teachingandlearning.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with other parents who need help making reading stress-free. Together, you and I, we can create confident, joyful readers. Readers in the making, one page at a time. Bye for now.